Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed Abdallah. I am a senior applications expert with IMAGINiT Technologies. I work in the building solutions team. I am joining you today from the Toronto, Canada office to showcase Autodesk Forma. For those who are new to us, we are a brand worldwide company and an Autodesk Platinum partner. We work with connected systems and bring added value to our customers. We engage in a variety of different projects and services and offer many solutions to our clients and customers across North America. If you'd like to know more about what we do at the Building Solution Division, please visit us by scanning the provided QR code. You can also visit us at the link below. So, introduction to Forma. In my opinion, for us to understand Autodesk Forma, we need to identify and understand the design processes currently being done in the design stage of the project. The design processes are often seen as linear, starting with schematic design, moving to design development, DD phase, and finally to the construction documentation phase, followed by the IFC phase issued for construction. However, in reality, it's much more iterative. Changes from owners often lead to rework, making the process far less straightforward and more complex than planned. This non-linear looping process can be challenging to manage, especially when deadlines are fixed. So how does Forma provide a solution to the iterative design process? By adopting the lean design process, creating value for customers while minimizing waste, by adding informed decisions at the early stages of the project, by preventing overproduction, allowing designers to assess the impact of their decisions early in the process. With Forma's real-time analyses and feedback capabilities, designers can evaluate various aspects such as the carbon impact, environmental factors, and project metrics. As they develop the design, this early stage analysis helps identify potential issues and allows for adjustments before the design is finalized, reducing the need for rework and minimizing waste. By integrating tools like Forma into the design process, teams can make informed decisions at each stage, ensuring that design aligns with customer needs and project goals from the outset. This approach streamlines the iterative nature of the design, turning it into a more efficient, value-driven process that reduces the complexity and unpredictability traditionally associated with the design development stage. Now we've understood the process, let's get into the solution or the software. So Autodesk Forma is a cloud web-based solution designed to help architects, planners to shift from traditional design thinking to a more comprehensive lifecycle approach for assets. It allows for informed design decisions during the conceptual phase by enabling bi-directional association between data and geometry. Users can visualize the impact of data on geometry, making it easier to compare different designs proposals. Forma streamlines processes by reducing the need for manual input, of area metrics and eliminates the hassle of switching between multiple software platforms. A key feature is its robust sustainability analysis, such as evaluating minimum daylight requirements in the early stages of the design process. This capability not only enhances collaboration among project team members, both in-house and externally, but also fosters more productive discussion through tools like the comparative analyses and the whiteboard feature. So since it's a web-based, how can I access it, or how can we access it? So you can access it via the manage.autodesk.com. That's one way of accessing it. As you can see, you can choose your hub. You can also access it via the Forma main web page. Takes you to the same exact place. My favorite one is setting up and saving Forma and installing it as a desktop app. That way I don't have to go and punch in the web address. So if you have an access to Google Chrome, you could do that. And if you don't like it to be placed on your desktop, you can also install it. Navigating the Forma Hub. Keeping things simple is great. With the Forma Hub and the very user-friendly interface, I feel very rewarded and satisfied when I interact with this simple interface. At this stage, we want to allocate the most time into getting the important analyses and information. And I just want enough time to make me go in. Forma Hub has 4 main sections. At the very left, you have the hub selector and the project controls, where you can navigate to switch between available hubs, start a new project, add and remove members, assigning roles, and perform project-specific actions in the project section. These actions are renaming the project, archiving the project, duplicating the project, and move to folder. On the right side of the slide, you have the community and Forma social media. You can get the latest and the greatest updates on Forma from these links. Also follow our BSD blogs at IMAGINiT for more summaries. Before moving forward to the next slide, I want to highlight the fast responses and the great effort shown by the Forma team. I had an issue of images not populating on my Forma board. Forma team was able to resolve it in less than 15 minutes. Forma also has a great development community, so you can engage live with the developers and the Forma team, ask questions, and have answers. Now, this slide talks about the Forma main framework or main workflow. Essentially, in Forma, you're starting by doing a Geosearch exercise or define a geolocation. Then you move on to a data acquisition process where you order and import data management, and place data in layers. Then you go into defining the site limits and shape your design. You go through the analyses, different types of analyses. And finally, you can download your model and connect it to Revit or Rhino. So this is the main Forma workflow. Now, Geosearch, we're defining a geolocation. So these are coming from the GIS domain. Geosearch and geocoding are crucial terms when it comes to map creation. These processes utilize data often generated by governments, cities, and municipalities. For example, in Canada, census surveys conducted every few years provide statistics that guide municipal engineers and planners in creating better environments. This might include adjusting speed limits based on population density, upgrading sewer main lines, enhancing public services, or initiating new residential and commercial projects. Forma takes a similar approach when defining a geolocation at the beginning of the project. This is a simple yet rich definition, allows Autodesk Forma to perform several analyses powered by AI tools. Now, when it comes to data acquisition, Autodesk Forma provides a variety of free accessible data. The data provider's availability depends on the country of selection. The free data that comes with Autodesk Forma is at LOD 1. According to Esri Canada, LOD 1 or level of detail 1 serves as the foundation mode, essential for landscape applications. It represents a prevalent form of massing or block model, specifically focused on building featuring flat roof structures in its design. So as we were engaging IMAGINiT clients and customers, we had a common theme that appeared in multiple engagements, and it was, how can I get a better data? Or how can I get a licensed data? Because if you see at the bottom of the screen, there would be a pop-up once you download that data to Revit stating the licensing of that data. So typically firms, established firms, would like to get a better vectorized data that could be licensed in order to protect themselves. So we have dedicated time and resources. Shout out to our Joe Ikens here. He's our building solution director for coordinating this effort, and to Alan Bliss from the ISD team, who came with a bunch of solutions. There is another solution for another issue as well. If you feel like getting adventurous, there are workflows for refining building data levels of detail and transferring terrain and imagery data using IMAGINiT utilities for Civil 3D. Key points include adjusting coordinate systems in Civil 3D to match the LL84 WGS84 system used by Forma. Methods for importing, exporting file types to transfer terrain surfaces between Civil 3D and other Autodesk software. Utilizing Esri terrains, imagery, and publicly available data with ArcGIS connector for seamless integration with Civil 3D. Exploring advanced plugins from Planet Labs that connect to Esri, offering daily updates of imagery and terrain data. As you can see in this slide, this is the main Forma Hub after I'm done, or the main project interface after I'm done the data acquisition exercise. On the left side, this could be considered in Revit terminologies my project browser, where I can explore proposals, I can lock layers, I can also order the data. In the middle, I can explore my project, and on the right, I've got my analysis tool and modeling tools. Also, up top, I have my project home, I have my design tab, the compare tab, and the Forma board tab. As you can see, I'm running analyses, selecting one of these tools, the daylight or the carbon embodied analyses. You'd have to go through an exercise where you define the building type, the building envelope, and its structure for that analysis to run. As you can see from the early stage of the design, I can get a good insight or informed decision about my design. Setting up the site limits represents the site limit, we should say, represent the plot of land that defines your project boundaries in Forma. It enables you to conduct analyses and view metrics related to the site, such as the floor area ratio. Additionally, it serves as starting point for running analyses on specific areas, including sun exposure, ground level noise, wind patterns, and microclimate conditions. Wanted to highlight one of the tools that we've seen in the video and notice that Forma can generate generative design immediately after we defined our site limit. So you can explore several options uh, within seconds. As you can see, it's one of those cool AI tools that Forma has under its belt. So this slide talks about the Revit bi-directional relationship between Autodesk Forma and Revit. So in order for you to be able to link your Forma model to your Revit model, you'd have to download the Autodesk Forma add-on. Once you download it, you gotta send the proposal from Forma and then open up a Revit project, load the proposal, and then the proposal is gonna get loaded to Revit. Now, when importing from Forma, your project base point and the survey point are going to change. As you can see right here, it was at 0, 0. Once I got my Forma model, the geolocation reference took over. So I don't have to go manually and modify these settings. Few notes that multiple imports from Forma to Revit are not supported. Updates modify the existing proposal. It doesn't create a new one. So whenever you update from Revit to Forma, you're not creating a new proposal. Revit meshes cannot be edited in Forma 3D sketch tools yet. So as you can see in this case, I'm trying to send my Revit model after modifying it into Forma. I was successful, but I got a notification from Revit that one Forma element will be converted to simple meshes based on the changes to Revit elements. That element was the door. But as you can see, if you want to detail your design, once you bring it from Forma to Revit, you can do the same thing in Revit. Create openings, place doors, and send it back to Forma for analyses. Forma and collaboration. The Forma board is a feature within Autodesk Forma that provides a centralized space for organizing, visualizing, and managing project data and design elements. It acts as a collaborative workspace where teams can bring together various aspects of a project, such as design proposals, analysis result, and project documentation. So as you can see, Marie and I from the BSD team used the Forma board to design this presentation. We were collaborating, and I would basically see her cursor, see her moving things, adding notes. You can also utilize the Forma board to compare analyses that you performed in your project. That's another feature. You can click on the analyses. It takes you live to that specific analysis view as well. And thank you very much. This was my showcase for Autodesk Forma. Please visit us at our BSD blog for the latest technology updates and on our website as well.